General topic is principles of success from the teachings of the Holy Quran and the narrations of Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam. Last night we talked about the importance of being clear why we are here. What's our purpose? Tonight we're discussing another important topic, subtopic, which is deciding what we want. Many of us, we don't know what we want. Typically, people, they don't know what they want. And when they are asked what they want, what they say is not the true what they want. Their society, their community, their friends, their relatives dictates for them what they want. This is not what exactly they want. Unfortunately, social media recently in this past 2 decades, especially last decade, dictates what we want, not exactly what we want. We see in people who we follow and who we befriend, they dictate what we want. But again, this is not exactly what we want. It doesn't fulfill us. We get happy momentarily, and small duration of time we will be happy with what we see and we think what we want, but that's not what satisfies us. We need to be specific what we want. So last night we talked about our purpose. So finding our purpose in this life and fulfilling it. Okay, what is that purpose? In order to get to that purpose, we have a very important element that typically people don't get it involved in their life, and that is something very important called thinking. Tafakkur. In the Holy Quran and the narrations of Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam, we have been emphasized so much on the importance of tafakkur, thinking, which people don't spend time thinking. Start an action, in the middle of the action, we start thinking, how did I get to this? What's the conclusion? No. A person comes to Rasulullah Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alayhi and tells Rasulullah, advise me. Rasulullah says, if I advise you, will you listen and will you apply? He said, of course I will. He says, إِذَا حَمَمْتَ بِأَمْرٍ فَتَدَبَّرْ عَاقِبَتَهُ. If you want to start something, بِأَمْرٍ, anything that you want to start, think about its ending. فَإِنْ يَكُ خَيْرًا وَرُشْدًا فَاتَّبِعْهُ. If it's something that it will improve you, that will get you higher, and it will be good for you in it, do it. وَإِنْ يَكُ غَيًّا فَدَعْهُ. If there is no good ending, there's nothing good out of it, you won't improve with doing what you're about to do, leave it. Requires what? Thinking. Thinking before every action we take is very, very, very important. Thinking comes by us seeing and hearing and reading and researching and understanding, and taking people's advice to our life, which will be inshallah in the coming night. Mashwara, shawra, asking people about their advice. Important of thinking. Imam says, Ya Hisham, لِكُلِّ شَيْءٍ دَلِيلٍ. Important of thinking, sign of intellect, وَدَلِيلُ الْعَاقِلِ التَّفَكُّرِ. Everything has a guidance to it, it guides you to it. How do we know a person has intellect, has aql? Tafakkur. If he does everything that he does with thinking. وَدَلِيلُ التَّفَكُّرِ الصَّمْتِ. If we want to see this person thinks a lot, see if he's quiet more often. Some people, mashallah, this non-stop. From the time that they get up, this is running all the way until they finish. They just talk. Well, the person who talks doesn't have time to think. And the person who doesn't think means he doesn't have an aql, intellect is missing in this person. The actual brain is there, but the aql and intellect is missing within this person's life. Parentheses. As we talk about good things, let us think about other people, and when we think about negative things, let us think about ourselves. Do we have this negative in ourselves? Because shaitan makes us to think otherwise. When we think about something negativity within the life, we think, oh, I know this person has this personality, this person has it, this person has it. And when we think about good things, oh yeah, of course I have it. But let me not think about other people. Oh, I know someone who's very, very talkative. Let me think about myself. Am I a talkative person, or I am more a person that is most of the time he's quiet, unless he has to say something which benefits him or the other person. So importance of thinking. Number one, sign of intellect. Let me think before everything I do, because we want to be successful, and in order for us to be successful, we have to decide what is it that we want. What does success means to me? Throughout these nights, you hear a lot of examples from my own life, because I read in this book that I'm taking extraction from it, and the hadith, and I keep thinking about it. Am I a successful person? Relatively, I can argue yes. This is success to me. I imagined this long time ago. About 6 years ago, I was invited to George Mason University, and I started getting invitation again since I'm back from Najaf. 6 years ago, I was in a class, almost 150 people. When I stood there to talk about Islam and Madhab of Ahlul Bayt, salawatullah alayhim ajma'een, that moment took me 1 second. That was success for me. What I wanted, I got it. I wanted to serve people. I wanted to educate them about the beautiful teachings of Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam. This is what success means to me. I think about it, I read about it, I keep my mind about it. I do take elements and steps toward that. Because when I started my major in the religious studies, unfortunately, the teacher who taught us part of the Islam, he wasn't the follower of Ahlul Bayt. He was Wahhabi Salafi. And he keeps bringing the name of Ibn Taymiyyah and Muhammad ibn Abdul Wahhab, which I don't want people to know about those people, their teaching, because it's not the teachings of Rasulullah and the Holy Quran. It's not. I wanted them to know about Qala al-Baqir and Qala al-Sadiq. This was even before I became a sheikh. From that moment, I start thinking, I want to be this person. We have beautiful teachings of Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam. Why someone else has to come and talk about other things but Qala al-Baqir and Qala al-Sadiq and the teachings of the Holy Quran by the translation of Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam? That was success. 2 weeks ago, I got an invitation, Rotary Club, all retired military, army, navy. I had to go for 45 minutes, give them talk about Islam. That was success. So tafakkur, thinking what success means to you, is what we need starting tonight. Picture it in your mind. What is success? What exactly you want? So that's first importance of thinking. Second, so it's sign of intellect. Second, the best form of worship of Allah is thinking. قال النبي محمد صلى الله عليه وآله Rasulullah advising Imam Ali, قال لعلي يا علي أوصيك بوصية فاحفظها. I'm going to give you advice, Amir al-Mu'mineen, Ali ibn Abi Talib. Take it, protect it, safeguard it, make it part of your life. فقال له علي يا رسول الله أوصي, advise me, I will hear it from you. He says, لا عبادة كالتفكر. There is no form of worship like tafakkur, thinking. When we hear about ibadah, what comes to our mind? Salah, Quran, dua. This is what we consider to be ibadah. That is also a form of ibadah. But the best form of ibadah is thinking. Another hadith, also these two hadiths are in the book Tuhaf al-Uqul. That's why I emphasize on brothers and sisters, if you are taking notes, download the book Tuhaf al-Uqul in English and start reading a hadith. Imam says, ليست العبادة كثرة الصيام والصلاة وإنما العبادة كثرة التفكر في أمر الله. Ibadah is not about how let's do more salah, more salah, more salah. Salah, the one wajib, we have to. But more salah, no. More siyam, more fasting, more fasting. No, more tafakkur in the affair and in the command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. As we read the verse yesterday, you think we created you in vain? No. Thinking is very, very important. But again, I will have to say, social media gives us what we think we need in a very small, short, 1 minute attention span. We like it, we get happy, we move on, we just start thinking it. Oh, this person has a happy life. Why? Because look, they travel around the world, look at their marriage, and so on and so forth. They become what we want to become. No, you become who you want to become. You have to decide in this holy month of Ramadan, what you want to become. Who you want to be. Who you see yourself within 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. Picture that. Think about it. عن أبي عبد الله إمام الصادق عليه السلام قال تفكر ساعة خير من عبادة سنة. Thinking 1 hour, it's better than worship ibadah 1 year. So you put the ibadah, worship, in one scale, and tafakkur, thinking, 1 hour on scale, the other scale, this will be heavier. Thinking. Action plan. Are we ready? Nobody's ready for action plan. Are we ready? Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Rida. Rida is definitely ready. Are we ready? Yes. Yes, say yes, so I know you're ready for action plan. One of our maraja, who I was reading in his life, every day after his Maghrib prayer, he would sit and think for 10 minutes. Think. Every day after Salat al-Maghrib. He was doing Salat al-Jama'ah outside, or he was in his house. Every time after Maghrib prayer, he would sit and think 10 minutes. That becomes an action plan for us. After Salat al-Subh, better. Though ask Maghrib and Isha, but typically Salat al-Subh we are home. After Salat al-Subh, I've done my supplication and my dua. I sit and I think for 10 minutes. I think about what we talked about last night. What is my purpose in life? And today, what I really, really want, as we mentioned last night, do I want Mercedes-Benz, big house, 6-figure in my account, and latest Jordan shoes, and latest technology, and latest this, and latest Tesla car with self-driving, this is what I want? Okay, what's next? You got this. What's next? Is this happiness? We've been fed with information from our social media, unfortunately, those who follow all of these things, and we will talk about it, who we are befriending, everyone that we follow, or they follow us, or we like, or they like us, they become our friends. And inshallah, in the coming nights, we'll talk about the importance of who we follow, who is our friend, in regard to our success. Tafakkuru sa'a. Let me start thinking. Every day 10 minutes, every day 10 minutes, every day 10 minutes. Slowly we'll see, we're thinking how much we are advanced. What exactly I want in this life. What Allah wants for my life. Oh Allah, inspire me. Oh Allah, enlighten my heart. What do you want from me? You said in your Quran, you didn't create me in vain. You gave me a purpose in life. Show me this purpose. I want to know it. And I want to have the blessing of fulfilling it. Importance of thinking. So 3 things. Sign of intellect, the best form of worship of Allah, and makes us better amongst mankind. سئل عيسى من أفضل الناس قال من كان منطقه ذكرى وصمته فكرة ونظره عبرة. Who is the best amongst mankind? The one who, whatever he says, is the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Has something to do with Allah. While he is quiet, he's thinking. When he sees things, he sees it to take lessons. What do we say as our motto? Learn from others' experience. Don't become experienced from others. By seeing. Somebody did it. Well, can I do this also? Will this benefit me? I'll take a lesson. قال عليه السلام. Again, not about salah, not about psalm, but thinking. What is the effect of thinking? What is the benefit of thinking? Number one, we said thinking is the sign of someone's intelligence and intellect. The more we think, the more our intellect is polished. Sometimes these lights, you have a light, after not using it for a long time, start getting rusty and some dust on it. We take something and we wipe it, gives more light. The more we think, the more our intellect becomes brighter and we can see. When we came to this room, when we go somewhere dark, we have flashlight. As soon as we get in there, if we haven't used the flashlight, we turn on, there's smugs on it and dirt. We see, but it's not clear. We take a napkin, we clear it, we see more. In the darkness of our life, when we have to make a decision between right and wrong, between majors, between my decisions in this life, I need aql to come to my benefits. Allah gave me this intellect for a reason, to do something with it. Some people take this gift of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, sometimes when we get gifts to our houses, we keep the gift, we don't need it, we keep it, we don't open the wrap, we see it what it is, we keep it. Next time we go to someone's house, we re-gift the gift. Everybody who laughed, they are guilty of it, of re-gifting the gift. Allah gave us intellect, the best gift ever. For some people, they keep this gift unwrapped. They want to return it back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Oh Allah, the intellect that you gave me, I didn't open it. I kept it as safe and secure, and I didn't touch it. Polishing our intellect is the effect of thinking. By thinking, we are motivated to do what is good and avoid what is evil. It increases our insight and wisdom. It prevents us from regrets. How many times I hear from brothers and sisters when they come to my office, oh, I did such and such and such and I regret doing it. Well, before doing it, we didn't put that much thinking into it. Because we didn't apply the teachings of Rasulullah, where again Rasulullah says, if you want to start something, think before it. If it was good, do it. If it was bad, don't do it. A sister calls me many years ago. She was devastated. She accepted the invitation on one of the social media's platform. It was only acceptance, no. After the acceptance of this person's invitation, what happened? Assalamu alaikum, alaikum assalam happened. Slowly, I want to get to know you better. I have a right intention. Slowly, Sheikh, it's 1 year. He knows a lot about me. He knows stuff personal, and I found out he doesn't want to come for marriage. If he comes out and he tells what he knows about me, I'm screwed. Tell me to do something. Well, if she would have think about it before just this one click of invitation and accepting that invitation, before that one khutwa of shaitan, one step of shaitan, she wouldn't be here. She got near suicide. But alhamdulillah, she got back. Tafakkur sa'a. Sa'a not necessarily mean 1 hour, okay, 60 minutes, I'm going to sit and think for 1 hour. No, 1 minute of thinking. Sa'a is mean duration. Harr ibn Yazid al-Riyahi, very famous story. That day of Ashura, he thought for 1 minute. He saw himself between two, Imam Hussein and the army of Umar ibn Sa'd. Which one I'm going to go with? Thinking 2 + 2 = 4. On this side, I'm the general of the army. Good life. Women, palaces, everything good. On this side, as soon as I join them, next hour, I will be martyred. But this will guarantee my eternal life to be where he is right now. 1 minute of thinking changed the whole scenario for Hurr ibn Yazid al-Riyah. From the lowest of the low, reached the highest of the high. 1 minute thinking. And he wouldn't regret it anymore. And everyone else regretted those who heard Imam Hussein's voice and they didn't join him. What exactly do we want in our life? When we identify it, by us start doing what we want in our life, we can make money. We can. People who are celebrities right now, a lot of them, they're making money with what they like to do. Well, celebrities, put it aside, but there's a 15-year-old boy from Sierra Leone. He's alive right now. I read about his life about 3-4 years ago. His name is Calvin Doe. When he thinks what he wants, and that's been identified, everything comes to this, and it is possible. That will be our tomorrow's or day after tomorrow. Everything is possible. The Westerns say it, those thinkers say everything is possible. Ahlul Bayt tell us everything is possible. You just have to want it. If you don't want it, maybe yes, no. When you have that idea in your mind, you think about it. You send, they said, you send a wave to the universe, and the universe starts answering you. Well, for us, that universe is Allah and Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam. They will answer us by the right timing of it. This 15-year-old, he likes to inspire people. 15-year-old. It's possible, brothers and sisters. He didn't waste his time. He wants to inspire people. He wants people to have a radio station, and he wants to communicate with them. Sierra Leone, 15-year-old. He starts going to trash everywhere, dumpsters. Whatever wire and whatever metal, anything that has to do with electronics, he collects them. You can go and just YouTube him and you'll see his life story. Kevin Doe. You can see him. That's beautiful. And his accent is amazing. He make a radio station for himself in Sierra Leone. In a village in Sierra Leone, he makes a radio station in his own house. And then he start making small radio, all from trash. And he gives it to his own people within his own village. Every day morning, he gets up, and his radio show is called DJ Focus. He gets up, he gets the mic that he got from the trash, and he built it together. And he starts to talk to people. Slowly, slowly grows up again, brothers and sisters, from trash. Not having anything. I see people come here in America, land of opportunities. Well, I couldn't make it. What do you mean you can't make it? The reason you couldn't make it because you didn't see what you want. You didn't identify it. After a couple of years, MIT brings him to its campus for 3 weeks. For 3 weeks as an honorable residence. For 3 weeks, MIT. That thousands and thousands of people, they submit application hoping that they will be attending MIT. This person, honorable residency, he gets to MIT, a 15-year-old boy from Sierra Leone, because he decided what he wanted and nothing stopped him. Kept going and kept going and kept going, and right now he's very big within his own country, Sierra Leone. So those who are taking notes, make a list of things that you want to do. Make a list. Things that you want to do. I'll tell you about my list. Find your own list. Reason I bring you example from my own life is to show you what I've done, so tangible, and you can see it. Within this list, you can find your own list. Each and every one of us lists will be different. I want to bring this building down and build 6-7 stories. I already have picture in mind. Every time I come, I go to parking, I know the building is going to extend to here. Here's going to be the playground. This extension will go there. Back will be 6-7 stories parking. Downstairs will be a gym, full gym and full swimming pool. We will have a banquet hall. We have a main hall with 2 prayer halls. second and upper floor, 2 floors will be school. I keep thinking, I talk with engineers. Do I have the money for me in my hand? At least I talk with a couple of engineers and architect. They say it takes about $25 million. Nothing. This is what I want to do, and I will keep thinking about it, and I will keep thinking about it. I will meet with people, and I will talk with people, and I will think and keep thinking and talking with people. It will happen, and you will see it. Mark my word, you will see it. What I want to be to speak at TED. Why not us to stand in front of TED and talk about the teachings of Quran and Ahlul Bayt, where everyone is thirsty to know about it. Everyone else comes to the TED talk and they bring hadith of Ahlul Bayt. They don't know it's narrations of Ahlul Bayt we have 1400 years ago. They figured it out. We have it 1400 years ago. This is what I want to do. I want to be a teacher at a university. This one came to my mind about 20 years ago when I saw the movie The Passion of Christ by Mel Gibson. Why don't we have the Passion of Imam Hussein alayhi salam? I want to make a movie about Imam Hussein, Hollywood level. I think about it. I go through detail of it. I picture it. I do dua. And I talk with people. It will happen. Grand Ayatollah Shirazi, may Allah bless his soul, said Muhammad Shirazi, who died year 2000 and 2001. He always had idea that we have to spread Islam universally. It has to be, everyone should have the opportunity to get to know about Islam. We're talking about year 2000. He passed away. Before that, since 1980, 1990, he was thinking that we Shia, we need satellite TV channel. Back in the days, 20 years ago, having TV channel was something important. He kept saying it, he kept saying it, he kept saying it. We need TV channel. Nobody thought that every TV channel needs a backing of a government. But he kept saying, he kept saying, he kept saying, he kept telling his people, we need TV channel for people to to learn about Islam from their homes. There was no time, there was no YouTube, there was no internet. 2000. For last 20 years of his life, he kept emphasizing. He died. He didn't see it physically. After his departure, 3 years or 2 years, 2 Shia TV channels started without a backing of any government. Salam TV from California in Farsi, and Al Anwar from Kuwait in Arabic. These 2 TV channels, without exaggerations, they are the source of guiding hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people to the madhab of Ahlul Bayt alayhim as-salam. Who's seeing it right now? He's seeing it from heaven. He believed in it. He talked about it. He didn't see it physically in this life when he was, but he's seeing it. And he gets a thawab. One of them, I was sitting into the sponsor who's sponsoring this TV channel in Kuwait. He said, we received a call from Morocco. And they said, we want to talk with the person who's sponsoring this TV. Assalamu alaikum, alaikum assalam. He said, we all became the followers of Ahlul Bayt, Shia. Whole tribe, we became Shia. How? More than thousands of people. 1,500, 1,200. I don't have the exact number on the top of my mind. How? We start listening to Dua Kumail. You broadcast Dua Kumail, that typically people don't care. Us, the followers of Ahlul Bayt, we do Thursday night, Sheikh, we're busy, it's during the week. Can we do Dua Kumail like Sunday? We come in the morning like the Christians, they have it nicely Sunday morning, so we come Sunday morning and do Dua Kumail. Well, supposed to be like Thursday night, but you can read it all the time. We listen to Dua Kumail and the meanings of Dua Kumail and the eloquency of this dua. We start searching, then we saw more videos. We found out, oh, this is from Imam Ali alayhi salam. Well, who's Imam Ali? We didn't know anything. Who gets the thawab of all of these people getting converted? That Ayatollah Shirazi. He had that idea. He wanted this to happen. It happened. He gets the blessings. He gets the thawab. He gets the reward. Going back. So number one, make list things you want to do. I give you some example. You do yours. And things you want to be before you die. Write them down. What do you want to be before you die? I want to be this. I want to be that. I want to do this. I want to do that. And you can start doing what you like and what you want and gain money. You can. Steve Harvey, he likes to hang out with people and make people laugh. Guess what? He's doing it and people are paying millions for him. There he's doing it. He hangs out with people. Don't we like to hang out with people? He hangs out with people, with millionaires, with successful people, and he does comedy. He likes comedy. This is his nature. This is his quality. We mentioned it last night. Write 2 qualities that you have within you. And he worked. And look where he started and look where he is right now. He did it. People are doing it. I always tell our youth, if we become clear what we want, if we start thinking about it and we plan for it, we will be 10 steps ahead of all of these non-Muslims. Why? Because we have dua, we have Ahlul Bayt, we have Allah. We have all of this. Put the effort. One dua of your parents, dua of Imam al-Zaman to be behind you. That's it. You're set for life. But when I'm undecided, I go left and right and here and there and here and there. Okay, Mom is waiting for me. Okay, make your mind. Let me know. I'll be there for you. Just make your mind. He finishes 1 major, 4 years, done, starts working. I know this person. He goes to 1 major, starts working that major for 2 years. 5, 6 years university, and starts working 2 years, that's 8 years. After 8 years, he decides, well, this is not what I wanted. He starts new major, another 6, 7, 8 years. Well, decide what you want from the beginning. For the sake of Allah, for your own sake, reduce the amount of social media in your life. And you see how much you can think bigger. Social media is making you smaller, your attention span, your direction. What do you have to do in this life? Makes it very small. When I was reading and preparing this, I thought of a person. You might have heard a story from me. So that becomes the next person I want to become. When I see people, okay, I want to become this for the mission that I have in life. About 4 or 5 years ago, I'm on social media with specific purpose to see who is doing what is a new trend, what is happening. I find a person online. He was in New York University. All youth, you can do it. You don't need big things. Keep in mind, our 15-year-old Calvin Doe, keep him in mind, and right now this person. Both of them happening within this past 5 to 7 years. I'm not talking 100 years ago. Right now. This young individual, graduate of New York University, makes $250K a year. New York, $250K a year, it's good money. Single, young, 24-year-old. Either IT or engineering, one of them. He decides, after 2 years of working in New York and making good money, people making $80,000, $90,000, $100,000 a year, they're happy. Imagine $250,000 a year, financially. He was on YouTube, he's seeing the content, he didn't like the content that is online. He's like, I have to change it. I am going to quit my job and I'm going to create content every day, 1 minute. For 1,000 days. Look at the commitment. How many days? 1,000. Alhamdulillah, people are still alive after this many hours of fasting. How many days? 1,000. How many minutes? 1 minute a day. Making 1 minute content, good content, motivational content online. Publish it online on Facebook. 1 minute, you think it's 1 minute. It takes about 10 to 12 hours to make that 1 minute. Coming up with ideas with a story. Write a scenario. Film it, edit it, and publish it. Every day for 1,000 days. He keeps posting. He travels 60 countries. And he finds good stories. He makes a 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, 100 day, 200 day, 300 days. That's already 1 year, more than 1 year. None of his videos are going viral. But this is what he wanted to do, and he enjoyed it. None of them going viral. After 350, 370, something like that, one of his videos goes viral. One of them. Hence, every other video goes viral. This happened 4 years ago. Today, this person has more than 70 million followers. Between Facebook, YouTube, social media, Instagram. How many? 70 million followers. His videos been watched, 7 billion viewers have seen his videos. He has a company with more than 100 people. He's only 29-year-old. He makes about 500,000 to 650,000 a month. Why can't we? Why can't we? We don't have stories from the life of Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam and our hadith. Then I thought to myself, Mustafa, like you're doing something. Look at you. Look at him. Dedication. He specified what he wants. He worked day and night, day and night, day and night. He started making money. What he likes to do, creating content and putting online, motivating people, saving so many lives. And he had a class teaching how he did it. I was able to take a class with him and learn what he did. Decide what you want and who you want. After his 1,000 day finished, he said, okay, right now, the next challenge is for me to make a company, a corporation, to have 1,000 employees from all around the world. In this 1 year, he has 100 employees all around the world. And he's adding and adding. His headquarters in Dubai, in Singapore he has a place, all around the world. He gets invitation by companies, big companies, governments, to just create content. List what you want to do and what you want to be before you die. There is no time to waste. And start taking action right away. How? That requires us to think. Thinking. Tafakkur. Very, very important, brothers and sisters, for us to start thinking. Think about your life. Reduce social media. 10 minutes thinking, and you'll see slowly, everything is changing. And last but not least, dua. Make dua, and you will see how Allah will inspire you, inshallah. Let's have loud salawat. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم كن لوليك الحجة ابن الحسن صلواتك عليه وعلى آبائه في هذه الساعة وفي كل ساعة وليا وحافظا وقائدا وناصرا ودليلا وعينا حتى تسكنه أرضك طوعا وتمتعه فيها طويلا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. صلوات.